Hello there and welcome to my channel, Lucille Williams with Christian Talk. So unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about what happened at Disneyland, the big old fight. What do you think about that? We got my husband with us today too. Isn't that
Hello?
crazy?
How you guys doing?
I mean, like, have you seen the video? It's insane. It is insane. And the thing that makes me really think about is those kids. Like, how could you do something like that with your kids there? I mean, I understand that sometimes things happen and that was horrible all in itself, but when the kids are there, it's like on steroids. It's like, oh my goodness, how could that happen and have kids around? And I'm thinking to myself, as parents, we need to be careful. We need to be careful with our conduct. Sometimes I've heard about parents being out with their kids and someone says something to their kid that they don't like, and then they'll like get all upset with the other adult, like, don't say that to my kid, and da 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 da. I think we need to be really careful when we're with our kids, because if we get into some kind of altercation or some kind of a fight, that leaves our kids defenseless. So we need to be very careful about the way we conduct ourselves when we're in public and with other people. And my goodness, we have to look out for the kids. I mean, don't you think so?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that could have gotten a lot worse than it was. And
Yeah.
The concerning thing is how long it took for Disney security to show up.
No.
And I'm not a big guy, and I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. But their policy is hands-off. So they have some police officers at the front of the park, which, how long would it take on a busy park for someone to get there? And there's a fight going on. Let's say some guy jumps upon your wife or up upon me. Are they not going to pull the guy off? Are they going to go, get off? I mean, it's just,
I know.
You're thinking about it, this is crazy. This is supposed to be the happiest place in the world.
And people are fighting.
Well, it's something needs to be, it's broken. And it needs to be fixed. And I'm sure there's a lot of meetings and a lot of people getting in trouble right now. But it just, shows you how quick things can happen.
Yeah.
And, Lou and I have always, served in children's ministry. I'm a children's pastor. And I'm always watching out for the kids. And the true victim in this situation are kids. Kids that are watching this.
Yes.
That poor little kid that was running around crying.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to go down and rescue that kid.
I know.
And then you see somebody pick up the kid. I don't know if it was even a family member, but that kid could have been taken. I mean, it was just...
Yeah.
People get so into themselves, they forget that we have a calling to protect the children. Mm-hmm. You can be Christian or not. We need to protect the kids.
Yep.
And that was an absolute failure. And I see it's a failure on Disney's part because they weren't thinking about the kids. They weren't thinking about the security. They dropped the ball somewhere, and it needs to be fixed. But it sure makes me concerned going there in the future, especially now that I'm a grandparent and I have little kids. That's crazy. And all it takes is one crazy guy. I mean, I'm going to go to an extreme. What if someone pulled out a gun? There's no one there to deal with the situation. You have all these people run up. You watch security, they're just kind of wandering around. Yeah. There's one guy kind of pointing them, but there wasn't like this is how we walk in. We didn't take control. Mm-hmm. I didn't see any control. I have every weekend, 1,000 kids in my ministry. Our safety team is good about taking control, know what's going on. If something is going on, upset parent, they know how to deal with it. And I was just surprised at a place like that they would handle that way. That is scary.
I know. And when you think about it, if you're in the far side of Disneyland and you need a police officer, they got to come through the front and come all the way in. If the security is hands off, I mean, that's what I heard. That's what we're hearing. So who knows if that's the case. But I'm sure they're on it. I'm sure they're going to make changes. But parents need to be responsible and think about that their kids are there. And you need to play nice with other people so that you don't get in altercations when your kids are there. You need to not have conflict. I mean, I've heard, this got physical, but sometimes parents will be like yelling at each other. Like people will be yelling and they're yelling at each other and in public. And we cannot have this kind of conduct. This is not okay. That was nuts. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was some crazy stuff.
That was not good.
So, yeah. Anyway, hang out with us more often. Hit like and subscribe. I have a couple books out, hey, From Me to We and The Intimacy You Crave. So, check them out.
Straight talk about sex and pancakes.
Yeah, The Intimacy You Crave. Straight talk about sex and pancakes. That's the title. So, hey, thanks for hanging with us. And have a great day. And always choose love, because love never fails.
Bye.